Welcome back, Bleach fans. Today, we're diving deep into episode 28 of Seinen Kessenhan. Now, let's talk about one of the most intriguing moments in episode 28, Yuachi's chance to explain himself. Why does he get this moment in the spotlight? Let's break it down. First off, Yuachi isn't just a one-dimensional villain. His explanations reveal his deep-seated beliefs about power and destiny. He sees himself as a necessary force, challenging the established order of the Soul Society. And only victors should decide what's gonna happen next. Do you guys remember this scene? I bet you do.
That's an argument only a loser would make! A victor should speak of how the world should be, rather than how the world currently operates! I refuse to accept a world ruled by that thing! I am a victor! I shall decide how the world should be!
Aizen's words strike at a deeper truth. Once you perceive the full cycle of the world, the cycle of suffering, you gain the ability to act. You come to understand that this endless loop never had to be this way. The world could have been better, yet it remains locked. You can become the Overman, the one who seeks to transform the world into what it should be, challenging the established order. Or you can be the Underman, one who understands the cycle but chooses to uphold it, believing that, despite its flaws, the system functions as a whole. But Aizen and Urahara embodied these philosophies perfectly. Yuachi sought to restore the old world, a time before death existed when all beings lived without the cycle of souls. The Shinigami disrupted that natural order when they sealed away the Spirit King, introducing death and creating the cycle of rebirth. By placing themselves at the top of this new system, they became usurpers, shaping the world to serve their interests. Yuachi's methods, though brutal and bloody, were ironically no different from those of the noble descendants who inherited the power of the ancestors. But I also got the impression that every time a piece of his soul was returned to him from someone else, the experiences from those people shaped his worldview. And since those people had looked at him as a god, he in turn began to view himself as a god. The great nobility chopped up the Soul King. Yes, they chopped him up and used him as a power source to establish new roles, and then willing to go to any lengths to protect their dominance and preserve the system they control. Both parties, while on opposing sides, are driven by the same ruthless determination to uphold their vision of the world, regardless of the cost. You guys remember this dude? That's part of the Soul King's body, the left hand. The great nobles are sick in the head. Back to my point, they chopped him up. Pernita has identified himself as a Quincy and purpose, following Yuachi's goal to reshape the world, all while embodying an ancient and primal force. The fact that a piece of the Soul King would serve Yuachi is a testament to how deeply the conflict in Bleach runs, with the power struggle reaching into the very essence of life and existence itself. The Soul King's existence as both Shinigami and Quincy is symbolized through Mimihagi and Pernita, two powerful entities that represent different facets of his being. Mimihagi, as the right hand of the Soul King, is closely tied to Shinigami powers, residing in Rukongai and being worshipped as a deity by those in the Soul Society. It represents the spiritual and stabilizing force of the Shinigami, linked to order and protection. On the other hand, Pernita, the left hand of the Soul King, embodies the Quincy aspect of his existence. Its allegiance to Yuachi and the sternator reflects its natural connection to the Quincy lineage. Yuachi, the progenitor of the Quincy, seeks to restore the old world, aligning Pernita with his ambitions and philosophy. This duality highlights the profound, intrinsic connection between Shinigami and Quincy. Despite their historical conflict, the existence of both Mimihagi and Pernita suggests that the Soul King was not just a passive figure, but a being composed of multiple forces, both spiritual and physical, Shinigami and Quincy. These two manifestations reveal that the Soul King's power, split into different parts, represents the core of the world's balance, with each side embodying one half of the broader cosmic struggle between life, death, and the balance of souls. Who are the villains really? Just think about it and leave a comment. Let's go back to the victors. They saw the painful truth of the Soul King and they were repulsed by it. They could not submit to a god so pitiful and inert. So they sought to destroy and remake the world with a more befitting and dignified god. The Quincy wanted you avenge his father, avenge the destruction of the Quincy, remove the artificial world suffering created by the Shinigami, creating a new world for everyone free of death, where everyone would under his enforced peace.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more content, Bleach fans. See you next time.